Ruchim Abba and welcome everyone at Gunnar Shabbos. We're recording a special edition of Pesacheinu Megadim from sunny Florida at the Art Scroll Retreat at Trump Doral Hotel. I want to share with you an amazing and important connection between the beginning and end of the Parsha. The Parsha begins, Vayishma Yisro koyin midyon choysein Moshe is kol asher asa lekim l'Moshe Yisrael amoy ki hoitzi Hashem es Yisrael miMitzrayim. Yisro heard everything Hashem did to Moshe and Klal Yisrael, that Hashem took them out of Mitzrayim. Yisro is the semel of Aliyah from the depths of darkness. He was a koimer, a priest for Avodah Zarah, and he tested every Avodah Zarah in the world, and he elevated himself to the extent where even Bilam was astounded. Bilam said, Eisan Moishavecha, that the grandchildren of Yisro were firmly established in the Lishkas Hagazis. Yisro saw Klal Yisrael elevated from the 49th level of Tumah to the extent Vachamushim Olu B'nei Yisrael Me'eretz Mitzrayim, they reached almost the 50th level of Kedusha. Maybe that's Merumas in the Pasuk, Kol Asharasa, the 50th level, Kol 50. They reached almost the Shar Chamishim. So this opening of the Parsha represents one's ability to rise up from the lowest level to the highest Madrega. And yet we always need to connect this with the end of the Parsha, and the Parsha ends, V'loisale b'ma'alois al mizbechi asher loisigale ervas chalav. Literally it's going on the Mizbeach. Do not go up steps on the Mizbeach, because when you go up steps, it, so to speak, spreads your feet, and it is suggestive of uncovering the lewdness of the body. But many Sifrei Chasidus say, and we'll try to bring out all the sources, that what this pasuk is alluding to is don't rise up in Ruchnias suddenly. That when one wants to rise in Ruchnias, don't do it suddenly. Don't do it all at one time. It has to be b'hadraga. It has to be on a slope, slowly. Like the Noam Elimelech says in Parshas Mishpatim, V'loisale b'malos al mizbechi. Meaning, when you want to rise up the heights of Avodas Hashem, don't go immediately. When you start in your quest of service of Hashem and want to reach the Madrega of Tzadikim Gemurim, you need to start and train yourself Darga achar Darga, Madrega after Madrega, submissively, humbly. So that's Asher lo sigale ervascha alav, meaning otherwise you are likely to fall in shame. And as the great Rav, the student of the Noam Elimelech, the Oyev Yisrael of Apt, says in Likutim Chadash in Parshas Vayikra, we see that there are many Chasidim sometimes that become Mishugaim, they become crazy, or they fall into depression, they fall into Marash Chayra. Where would that come from? How could a servant of Hashem lose his mind or fall into despair? The Torah can't do such a thing. The Torah engenders only happiness and well-being. But the issue is, says the Oyev Yisrael, many people, they want to rise to the highest madregas, and at this point it's too far for them, and they can't do it suddenly, so they start grabbing onto things that is not shaykh to them. Or some people, they want to serve Hashem, but they feel they have to be bali madrega on a very, very high level. So the Torah warns, that's not the way to go. V'loisale b'malois al mizbechi. Don't serve Hashem only to be a bal madrega. Follow what you need to do what you have to do. And if you want to add to it, you have to do so smartly, little by little. But you can't jump up to madregas that are beyond you right away. It cannot be pisoimis, sudden. Otherwise, you're in danger of falling into depression, or even worse, losing your mind. How beautiful this fits with something that Toldos Yaakov Yosef, one of the earliest Talmidim of the Baal Shem Tov, bring in many, many sources. He brings this in Beshalach Ois Gimel, Achrei Mois Ois Aleph, Shoftim Ois Beis, Kiseitze Ois Daled, Vayelech Ois Yud, Zois Abracha Ois Aleph. He brings this in his Sefer Tzafnas Paneach in Yisro, that the Ramah says, what was Haman's plan? Ya'asu eitz gavai chamishim amma. Make an eitz 50 amos tall. What was Haman getting at? Well, Haman knows that if you can't get someone to sin, an equally powerful way to cause them to stumble is tell them, yeah, you're going to reach the highest levels. Try to inspire them to reach the Sharnun, And that's another way to bring about someone's downfall. And this, we are warned not to do this, because this is the plan of Haman. Yasu eitz gavaya chamishim ama. That Haman's plan was to get Mordechai to rise to the 50th level suddenly, and that would bring about his downfall. And this is also the interpretation of Chassam Sofer himself, quoted in the Sefer Pri Ha'etz, that the segula to follow the path of Avodas Hashem is only behadraga, because by doing so you train yourself to fight the Yetzer. But if you do it suddenly, you are endangering your spiritual well-being. So this is an amazing connection between the beginning and end of the parsha. Yes, Yisro represents ascent in Avodas Hashem, Vayishma Yisro, but at the same time, we have to do it with practicality. One more thing, in the Sefer Yoshia Tzion, he brings, to connect the end of the parsha to the beginning, don't act arrogantly, and then Vayishma Yisro. That's a remez, that an Anav can understand the Torah truly. Don't be arrogant, then Vayishma Yisro Gematria HaTorah. Then you will understand the Torah in the proper way. Wishing everyone a wonderful Shabbos, Parshas Yisro, Haba Aleinu L'Tova.